Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope all are fine. Then we will go for our subject. We have discussed the behavior of light when it is refracted through plane surfaces and curved surfaces such as lenses, and we discussed the nature of the image, size of the image. Okay, now we are going to discuss the refraction of light through the prism. Here we are going to discuss refraction of light through prism. Okay, then what is prism? What is prism? First, prism is used by Newton. Okay, then what is prism? Prism is a piece of glass or any transparent material. Prism is a piece of glass or any transparent material. It contains two triangular surfaces and three rectangular surfaces. Prism consists of two triangular surfaces and three rectangular surfaces. Right? I will show you the picture of prism. Prism is a transparent material. It made by the glass or otherwise plastic. Or we have a liquid prisms also. Okay, this is light. Here A, B, C, D, E, F, names of the vertices. See here, it has, what I said, the prism consists of two rectangular surfaces. Got it? Then here are the A, B, C. Two triangular surfaces. Here A, B, C, E, F, D are the triangulars. Okay, two triangular surfaces A, B, C and E, F, T. Okay, and I said three rectangular surfaces. What are they? A, C, D, E. A, C, D, E. This is one rectangular surface and one more rectangular surface A, B, F, E. A, B, F, E. A, B, F, E. This is the second rectangular surface, and one more B, C, D, F. B, C, D, F. These are rectangulars. Got it? Prism is a transparent material. Okay, it consists of two triangular surfaces and three rectangular surface. In that, any one of the rectangular surfaces act as base. Got it? This is the structure. Right, now we are going to discuss the basic terms which we used in the prism. Okay, we are going to discuss about basic terms. Got it? Okay, see here. First, refracting surface. Basic terms which we are using in prism. Okay, right. Then see, this is the prism. This is the prism X, Y, Z. Okay, the prism X, Y, Z. Let it. Then refracting surface means the surface at which light is refracted. Okay, the surface from it the light is refracts. Then we know that from the rectangular surfaces the light can refract from rectangular surface. Here xy and xz are the refracting surfaces. The light is refracts from xy and xz. These are the refracting surfaces. Got it? And the next term, angle of prism. Angle of prism, or otherwise refracting angle. It can be designated with A, angle of prism. Okay. Then the angle made or angle formed with a rectangular surface xi and xz. Angle between the rectangular surface, that means the angle, or better to say this, then angle of prism means angle made between refracting surfaces. Got it? Then angle of prism means the angle made between refracting surfaces. Here which are refracting surfaces? Here we consider xy and xz. These two are refracting surfaces. No, then between these two here angle is made. This angle is called as angle of prism. Angle of prism. Got it? Next, then angle of incident ray. Next one, incident ray. Okay, the light which is incident on refracting surface. The light ray which is incident on refracting surface is called incident ray. This is known as what? Incident ray. Incident ray. The ray which is incident on refracting surface. Got it? Then here draw the normal at a point of incidence. We know that a point of incident means at what point the incident ray strikes, right? Here let incident ray is taken as A and it strikes at B. Then here AB is incident ray. Consider AB is incident ray, right? Then point of incident at B is the point of incidence, right? Next, normal. Normal means, sir, what is normal? The normal, the perpendicular line which is drawn to the point of incidence is called normal. This is the perpendicular one. It makes 90 degrees with the point of incidence. It makes 90 degrees with the refracting surface. Okay, this is normal. And here we know that when the light is incidence on the prism, it refracts. It refracts. That means it enters into the prism. The incident ray is when it strikes on the prism, it enters into the prism, right? And it bends towards the normal. It bends towards the normal. Why, sir? Why? Because then this is rarer, denser medium. It is rarer medium. You feel that here this is a rarer medium, then prism is a denser medium. Okay, got it? Then it bends towards the normal. We have already discussed that. Okay, here this angle is called as angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. Angle of incidence means the angle made between incidence ray and normal. The angle made between incident ray and normal is called as angle of incidence. Here angle ABN is the angle of incidence. This is angle of incidence, right? And this angle of incidence can be designated with I. Angle of incidence is designated with the I. It designated with the small I, angle of incidence. Okay. Then the ray AB, incident ray, when it is fall on the prism, it refracts. It refracts into the prism. Right. Here it is the refractor is making angle with this normal. This is called as angle of refraction. That is called what? Angle of refraction. R1. Okay, this is angle of refraction here. Got it? Then here the refractor ray comes towards another refracting surface. Okay, the incident ray enters from xy and it emergent, then it comes out. The incident ray is travel from surface xy to it comes out from xz. It enters from the xy and it comes out from the prism from xz. Then this is bends away from the normal. Why? Because here we knows that then it again enters into the rarer medium, and we have discussed in convergent of lenses. In such case we discussed one point, then prism always the emergent ray is try to bends towards base of the prism only. This is called as base. Got it? Right. Then this angle is called as, this ray is called as emergent ray. What ray? Emergent ray. Here it strikes at it's C and D. Here CD is called as emergent ray. Emergent ray means the ray which is comes out from the prism. The ray which is comes out from the prism is called as emergent ray. Okay, and here angle made with incident ray and normal. The angle made between incident ray and normal is called as angle of emergent. Angle of emergent. It is designated with the small e. It is designated with the small e. Okay, and sometimes you may get I2 also or I2, right? Either E small e or I2. If your emergent angle is given as I2, the incident angle we have to taken as I1. Got it? Right? Then better while I am explaining the lesson, then I will show the emergent angle with the small e only. Got it? Right. This is angle of emergent, and this angle is again it's called as refracting angle, R1 and R2. Here you have to notice it. Here the AB is incidence ray, BC is refractor ray, and CD is emergent ray. Got it? AB is incidence ray and BC is refractor ray and CD is emergent ray. Got it? And here you have to notice, here it is incident ray, here it is refractor ray. Then here how many refractions are takes place? In case of prism, then here first refraction on xy plane, second refraction on xz plane. Then how many refractions are takes place in the prism? 2. Then 2 times refraction is takes place. Right? The incident ray can refract 2 times. Right? At first plane at xy it refracted, and at xz also it refracted. Important point. Then 2 times it refracts. And here you have to notice, this we called as incident ray, this is called as refractor ray. In the case of second refraction, refractor rays act as an incident ray for xy plane. Got it? Then actually the BC is refractor ray, but in the case of second refraction, BC is act as an incident ray for the plane xz. Got it? But finally you have to take what is incident angle, means I, then emergent angle is E. But if we discuss closer observation, in the closer observation, here this refractor ray is act as incident ray. Got it? Finally what is incident angle? Then I. In this case, what is emergent angle? We will take E. Got it? Right. Here you have to notice it. The 2 times the refraction is takes place. Okay. Then, if you can extend the incident ray in forward and refractor ray in backward. Okay. If you can expand the incident ray in forward and a refractor ray in backward, the 2 will meet at a point. For example, they meet at the point of O. There it is making angle. No, this angle is called as angle of deviation. What we call? Angle of deviation. Angle of deviation. Angle of deviation means what? The angle made between incident ray and emergent ray is called as angle of deviation. Angle of deviation means the angle made between incident ray and emergent ray is called angle of deviation. It is designated with a small d. It is designated with a small d. Got it? Right? Then here you have to notice, then A, B, C, D shows the path of a ray. Right? The ray, the light ray travels in which path it shows by the A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. This is the path followed by the light. Got it? Incident, refracted and emergent. The angle of deviation means the angle between incident ray and emergent ray is called as angle of deviation. Got it? Then here angle of deviation is depend on, okay, angle of incidence, or that means factors affecting the angle of deviation. One is angle of deviation. Second one is refractive index of a material. Refractive index of a material used to make the prism. And next one, wavelength of light. Wavelength of light used, or color of light. Or color of light. And fourth one, angle of prism. The angle of deviation is depends on these factors, right? Angle of incidence and the refractive index of material used, and wavelength of light, and then angle of prism. Angle of prism. These are the factors. Got it? These are the common terms which we used in prism. Okay, refracting surface, angle of prism, incident ray, point of incidence, normal, and angle of incidence, and angle of refraction, and emergent ray, and angle of emergent. Got it? And angle of deviation, and angle of deviation depends on angle of incidence, and the refractive index of material and wavelength of light is and angle of prism. Okay, and then light ray get 2 times refraction takes place in the case of prism. And here we use the glass prism. The prisms, we have solid prisms and as well as liquid prisms also. Got it? Thank you.